Hi everyone, this is Miss Farba. Welcome back to my channel. Today in this video, I will be making a scratch game for you, and this is going to be very interesting because in this game, a monkey is going to catch the bananas that we have, and once he catches the bananas, the score is going to increase. So let's quickly open, make it a big screen and show you how it works. Let's press the go button to run the program. Now the monkey is catching the bananas. One, two, three, and the last one, you can see that the banana is moving on random positions. Four. I have eaten all bananas. So this is the game about once the monkey eats all the bananas, then the game over. Now, we will just make the screen smaller and I will show you how you can do that. So for this game, you need a monkey sprite and you need lot of banana sprites, as many bananas as you want. So let's start. First, I will be deleting all of these sprites and then I will start it from the very beginning. Here you can see that there is a score variable for this game. To make this a score variable, what you have to do, you have to go to the variables, the orange dot on the left side of your screen. We click it and then there is, I have already added the score, so let me quickly delete it and tell you how we can do that. So delete it. Here is written make a variable. Click on this button, then go here. Sorry, let me just refresh it a little. Let's go back. Write down, click on this make a variable and then here it says new variable name. So write down SCORE score and then says OK. So here you can see that how the score variable appears in your stage. So once we are done with that, let's quickly go and choose the sprite. Before choosing the sprite, let me show you how you can use a backdrop. So here is basically choosing a backdrop option for you on your Scratch. In the bottom right side of your screen, here when you click it, then you will find a lot of backdrops and we can have any of our favorite backdrop. But for my game, I will be using Neon Tunnel. So I will select it. Once we are done, then you have to go to the choose a sprite button. Click here. Then I need a monkey sprite. So I will go to the search bar, write down monkey, and here comes the monkey. The size of the monkey is quite bigger. So go to 100 and make it 5050. So that's fine. Now go back to choose a sprite button. Click on the search bar, write down bananas this time, and then here comes the banana sprite. Click it and add it. You can also change the size of the banana going to the size and make it 50 or whatever size you want for the banana sprite. So here we go, size is all set. Now it's time to do the code. So first of all, I will be coding the banana sprite. For this, what I will need, you have to go to the event block here, and in the event blocks we need this when green flag clicked block. That's the most important block because this block helps your program run when you press this green flag. Next, for the banana sprite, I will go to looks and then I will go down and there is a show block here. The show block helps your sprite to show or to be visible in the start of the program. So since in my game when the monkey touches the banana has to disappear or has to hide. So when I am going to run the game, my all the bananas must be showing in the beginning. That's why I'm using this show block. So in case if the banana is hidden, then it must show in the beginning of the program. After that, you have to go to controls and then there is a forever loop that I will be using so that my game will run forever. Now you have to go motion blocks and then here is go to random position. Since my bananas are moving to random positions, so it is difficult to catch the bananas. So we will use this go to random position block inside the forever loop. Now I want the speed of the banana to be a little slow. For that I will go to control and I will be using wait 1 second block under go to random position block. Why? So that the bananas will be going to random positions a little slow and it will be easier to catch the bananas. Okay, after that you have to use if then block inside your forever loop under your wait 1 second block. Why? Because for this block we will be putting a condition that whenever the banana is going to touch the monkey, then the score has to reach +1, and then there will be a sound so that it seems like that the monkey is eating the banana, and then that particular banana must hide. So in order to do that, we will go to the sensing blocks, and in the sensing block you will see touching mouse pointer. So first you have to put this condition in the if block so that you can check the condition that if this banana sprite is touched by the monkey sprite, which means that if this monkey and this banana touches each other, then what happens? First of all, I need the sound to be produced. So go to sound, start sound bite, and you can add any of your favorite sound, but I will be going to the drop down and I will use this chomp sound, which is similar to eating sound. So I will first do that, which means that whenever banana touches the monkey, then there will be a sound which uh, it seems like that the banana is eaten by the monkey. Next, what I want is my score variable must be 1. So for that, you have to go to the variables and there is change my variable by 1. So we will use this one, put it under this start sound chomp, and then in my variable, since the variable that I am using is a score, so go to the drop down and use this score. Now it means that whenever a banana is touched by the monkey, then the score has to reach +1 or change by 1. After that, you need to hide that banana. For that, go to looks, and just like you have used the show block, there is a hide block as well, so that you can use it in order to hide that particular sprite. So this is what I want when monkey touches the banana. This is all about the code for the banana. Let's go to monkey and code the monkey sprite. So in order to code the monkey sprite, remember that you have to go to events and use the first one, that is the when green flag clicked block, because we only want this code to be running when this go button will be clicked. So after that, I want my variable to set to 0. Why? Because whenever the game starts, the score needs to be 0. There is no point of, uh, there is no way that the score must be greater than 0 when it's the start of the game. So in the very beginning, we have to go to the variable and then set my variable to 0, and you know that my variable is basically score in this game. So we will be setting this to 0. You can add this block in bananas or in monkeys, any one of that. It doesn't matter. The only reason of adding this block is to set your score to 0 when you start the game. Now after that you have to go to control, then there is a forever loop so that your game runs forever. Then you have to go to motion, use move 10 steps, and instead of 10 make it 5 so that it is taking less steps. After that you are using, the most important thing is point towards mouse pointer, because we are making the monkey move towards the mouse pointer, so that when the user is moving its mouse, the monkey is going to follow that path. So this is how the game is going to run, that when the user is moving the cursor, then the monkey must have to follow the cursor so that the user can be able to catch the bananas. So that's why we put these two commands, move 5 step and then point towards mouse pointer, which help your monkey to move towards the mouse pointer. Now, similar to bananas, we will be using an if condition here, if then block, so that we can put a condition here that when is your game about to stop. So we know that it depends upon how many bananas we have. If the game has 4 bananas and the monkey has eaten all of those 4 bananas, then the score must reach 4. So that is my end condition. If the score is 4, then there is no more banana left. So what we can do, we can put an end condition in this if block, and it can be using the operators. Go to operator, then use this green equal to operator so that you can put a condition that when the score reaches 4, then the game must stop. So let's put 4 here, and let's go to the variables and use our score variable on the other side of the condition. This is the end condition of the game because I am using 4 banana sprites. So once my score reaches to 4, which means that the monkey has eaten all of those 4 banana sprites, then what must be done under? First, the monkey will say that I have eaten all the bananas. In order to say that, you have to go to the looks, and then there is a say block over here, say hello block. Let's quickly change it to I have eaten all the bananas. So this is your final uh, text box or the final speech bubble that will appear when the monkey will eat all the bananas. After that, you have to go to the control and use the wait 1 second command, and instead of 1 second, just make it 10 seconds so that this message will be shown for 10 seconds. After that, you want everything to stop. So you have to go to the control again, and then here you can see that there is a stop all block which helps your program to stop. So this is all about your monkey sprite. Now finally, we need 4 banana sprites. It's up to you how many banana sprites you need. If it is 6, then make sure that your condition must be equal to 6 in order to end the game. So for me, I will be duplicating this banana sprite 4 times. So just make it right click and duplicate it, 2 bananas, right click, duplicate, 3 bananas, right click, duplicate. 4 banana sprites are here. So the final result will be score equals to 4 when the bananas are eaten by the monkey. So that's all. Let's quickly make the screen bigger and play the game one more time to see the result. Go. So let's catch the bananas. 1, 2, 3, 4. So yes, I have eaten all the bananas. That's it. I hope it's very easy. If you have any problem, any question, you can comment below. Thank you so much for watching the video, and see you next time with another amazing Scratch program. Bye bye.